Hey guys, it's me, Mr. T50, and welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. If I'm correct, which I'm pretty sure I am, this is where we're going to pick up for the next part. For the ending Recursive Mother Goose, I believe it was called. It starts out with us, just like Twin Automata. It's actually almost the same as Twin Automata. To start, back at the shrine, you turn off your phone. Except in Twin Automata, at this point, we ignored a phone and then we got sent into another world line. And a lot of stuff happened after that. You know, I was thinking about it, actually. Last ending was really interesting because Okabe he stopped becoming the main character of the story for the ending last time. It was almost like he was spectating a different story. Like, he was spectating a story about Maho and, the Rounder girl. Just completely blanked on that. And, you know, at first it seemed like it was going to kind of be about him, but then it started drifting off to just be about Maho. Pretty interesting. I liked it. No idea what Recursive Mother Goose is going to be about, but we are supposed to answer a call from Kurisu to change us off of that. So we are. I wonder why I'm not hearing the ring. I hope this isn't another setting. Somebody was talking about how it was really bad that... I hope phone isn't a voice. No, I don't know why I don't hear that. It's alright, I guess. Maybe I was just skipping and it skipped it or something, I don't know. But yeah, someone was talking about how it was like an awful lot of trouble that I went through. If I knew all that was going to happen, I never would have updated the game. I never knew it was going to cause as much problems as it did. Alright, let's answer.
もしもし。助けて。クリス。助けて、岡部。
How are we supposed to help you? In that instant, suddenly felt incredibly dizzy, and there's no black boxes. We're doing great today. And everything went black. No black boxes today, kids. We're living in the future, where all of our CGs can come true. Oh. Saw white box for a second. Having black box flashbacks. I felt like I was floating up from the bottom of a black pit. My mind slowly began to clear.
ここは
I slowly looked around the room. There was no way I could mistake it. This was the Future Gadget Lab. The place I'd been just a moment ago. There was nothing unusual about it, except for the fact that everyone was missing. They'd been there just a moment ago, but now they were all gone. I looked at the clock. It had been just about 3 p.m. when I'd finished my call with Maho. Alright, we did call Maho before this, and Maho... Just to give you some background, if you forgot. Maho was saying something about how, like, she couldn't get into the Amadeus system at all. Something, I remember she said something like that. Only a few minutes had passed. Even if I'd passed out, it was impossible to imagine all of them leaving me here. Which meant...
まさか
I took a slow walk around the room. There were other strange things. Daru's PC, for example. There was a thin layer of dust on the keyboard. As if no one had used it for a while. Ooh, mysterious dusty keyboards! And then the corner of the room. Normally that was where my Yuri put her bags. Paper bags where she always put the cosplay outfit she was working on. I'd seen them there just a moment ago, but now they were gone and replaced by spooky dust! Could this be?
また世界線が変わった。
But why?
そういえば
Kurisu's words from before.
助けて、岡部。
Yeah, let me just help the AI. What problems do AIs have? I guess they get deleted. That's about all I know of. Why would Kurisu say something like that? Did it have something to do with the world line shift? I took the phone out of my pocket, then went to start the Amadeus app. Then stopped. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. I noticed, like, this very second I saw the phone, that kind of... I may have not verbally said it, but I was like, oh, wow, look, we're missing something. That's cool. I like that gap. Oh, and then stopped. No Amadeus app for you. The Amadeus icon was gone from my phone. My mind raced to try and come up with an explanation. But of course I came up with nothing. It turns out everyone pranked Okabe, and they deleted the Amadeus app off his phone. Just go back to the App Store and it'll be right there. I needed to calmly find out what this world was like. I was about to walk towards the door to find out when... the back of the room. I heard a sound from the back of the development room, which no one ever used anymore. Someone was there. Who? Daru? Mayuri? Perhaps Susaha? I slowly approached. Oh no! Oh no! I almost couldn't breathe. I never forgot. I'd never forgotten her. The girl standing there was Makise Kurisu. It's you! You're alive! Did we trade out Mayuri for you? Maybe we went for the world line where Mayuri dies? Makise Kurisu was looking down at something. Kurisu couldn't be here. Because no girls allowed in the cool fort. She was dead. Was I seeing things? Was my desire to see her making me hallucinate? But it seemed far too realistic to be a hallucination. Still, it felt like if I spoke a word, she'd disappear. I couldn't say a thing. What was she staring at without even moving a muscle? She was so still that I thought she must be a hallucination after all. But then... she finally exhaled a little and slowly turned around. Yeah, this Kurisu art is a little weird. I'm not super used to it. Mostly because we've only seen it a few times. My throat was dry, and I couldn't speak. Oh, don't do this again, Okabe. You're gonna creep her out. See, this art looks a little bit better. She's got like a couple different arts, and they all look kind of strange. The one on the PC looks pretty okay when she's Amadeus. Let me once again, I just want to pull it back up for myself. What she looked like in the first game. Alright, I'm on the Steins Gate Wikia. I think this is the one from the first game. It's kind of hard to tell, to be perfectly honest. Because you see so many different Kurisus. There's the Kurisu from the anime, and then there's the Kurisu from the first game, and there's Kurisu from this game, and they all look slightly different. The Kurisu from the first game kind of has more of a, they use this filter a lot in the first game that they don't seem to use as often in this game. This kind of speckly filter, I guess, is the best way I can describe it. And they don't seem to use that in this game. Along with her face just looks weird in that last one that she was in. Anyway, Happy New Year's. changed so much in the years.
クリスなんだ
It's been like 5 years now? Something?
新年早々ない
IRL time?
大丈夫？何か悪いものでも食べた？
Even her slightly peeved expression.
クリス
何？
And the gentle flash you sometimes saw in her eyes. In this,
どうしたのよ？本当に大丈夫な？
even her warmth. Yes, that's right. You hug her with those edgy clothes, you. It wasn't a hallucination. Or an artificial intelligence on a screen. It was the real Makise Kurisu.
岡部？
The real, live Makise Kurisu.
ねえ、岡部、お願い話して。
すまないでももう少しだけこのまま
あんたもしかして泣いてるの？
I realized for the first time that my cheeks were wet. I felt her soft hands on my back.
心配しないで。もう平気だから。
クリス
大丈夫よ。大丈夫だから。
She whispered to me in a soft voice and patted me on the back, and wrapped her arms around me, like a kind mother holding a child.
すまなかった
I finally calmed myself down. She was still there. There's no blood this time. She still existed. Now that I'd calmed down, I'd realized what that meant.
ううん、気にしないで。無理もないわよ。私だって時々あるもの。そういうこと。
そういうこと
思い出したんでしょ？
She's
あの
dead.
こと。
She's dead. I think he might have jumped back to the beta world line, maybe. That's right. Kurisu was here. Which meant that this... Oh, the alpha world line, I'm sorry. So I must have mixed those up last time then. Which meant that this was the alpha world line. The world without my Yuri. The world where my Yuri died. Some small part of me that had wished that this was the world beyond Steins Gate. That it was a new future, which someone else had opened for me. But of course, that was too good to be true. There was no way for me to know what had happened. But I must have made my choice. To give up on my Yuri. There was the future where she was gone. Confronted once more with the reality of my Yuri's death, my heart felt like it was about to burst.
まゆり
How had she died? So the reason Okabe became an edgelord in this world line is because my Yuri died, I see.
岡部？
Did they push her in front of a train? Did they shoot her? Just calm down, Okabe. And now this. Or...
落ち着いて。
Kurisu's tiny hand wrapped around mine.
ね。
You and your tiny hands.
深く息を吐いて。
Little by little, my racing heart began to calm down.
ごめん、私が余計なこと言っちゃったから。
いや、そうじゃないんだ。
薬飲む？水持ってくる。
I rummaged through my pocket and found a small box of pills. It was the same anxiety medicine that I had already been taking. Even in this world, I was still on the same drugs. I looked around the room while Kursu got me some water from the tap.
ねえ岡部、どうしてここに来たの？ここにはずっと寄りつかなかったでしょ。橋田も来なくなったし。
Oh, that's sad.
ダルも。
ええ。
The room was awfully clean then. I took a closer look and saw that there were a few places, like Daru's PC, that were covered in dust. But the rest seemed to have been regularly cleaned.
お前はクリスは来ていたのか。
時々ね。じゃないと寂しいだろうと思って。
I didn't have to ask who they were. Mayuri loved this place. She loved the Future Gadget Lab. She loved the time she spent with all the lab members here.
ごめんね。
どうして謝る？
だって。
I waited, but no answer ever came. What was she apologizing for? For talking about Mayuri? For making me remember? Or for making me choose?
クリス。
何？
あ、いや。
If I said something, she'd answer me right away. I could reach out and touch her. That alone brought me to the verge of tears. If I just stayed here like this. What was I thinking? I'd given up on everything and left her to die. And still, I was happy to be back here in this world line. With Kurisu. As I was sad over losing Mayuri, part of me was thinking I wanted to stay here. Even though I didn't have the right. If there was a god in this world, he must be a cruel, twisted being. Why was he doing this to me again? Was what I'd done that wrong? I'd already made my choice once. There was no way to save the world. There was no way to save Kurisu. But with Kurisu in front of me, I was already starting to waver. Should I go back to the Beta World line? Should I send the D-mail?
Huh?
The D-mail?
そういえば、電話レンジカッコ仮はどうした？
どうって、あんたが破棄させたんでしょ？忘れた。
ああ、そうだったな。
The phone wave no longer existed, it seemed. Of course it didn't. Its mere existence had made us a target of CERN. But without it, I couldn't leave this world line on my own. So even if I did stay here in this world line, it wouldn't be my responsibility. It wasn't my fault, and it wasn't something I'd wanted. Which meant...
ねえ、岡部。悪いんだけど、何か飲むもの買ってきてくれない？
飲むもの？
ちょっと喉乾いちゃったのよね。できれば温かいものがいいわ。
インスタントのコーヒーぐらいなら作るぞ。
Wasn't that what Kurisu had always made me do? 2 cubes of sugar, no milk.
コーヒー切らしちゃってるのよ。
わかった。
Yeah. I should go. I want to get outside and think things through.
ミルクと砂糖の入った甘いやつね。
ミルクは入れないんじゃなかったのか。
寒い日には思いっきり甘ったるいものが飲みたくなる。
了解だ。
I stood up and headed for the door, but turned around halfway.
何？
いや、
It felt like if I took my eyes off her, she'd disappear. But that was far too embarrassing to say.
岡部。しっかりね。
子供じゃないんだ。お使いぐらいできる。
そうね。いってらっしゃい。
My whole body relaxed the second I stepped outside of the lab. Evidently, meeting the living Kurisu had made me really tense. I didn't know how to talk to her, or what to say anymore. Even though I'd spoken to Kurisu like it was the most normal thing in the world. I still couldn't believe it, though. Was this really the Alpha World Line? No, if Kurisu was here, it had to be. But then why? Who had caused the world line change? And how? I mean, she said to help her. Maybe somehow that was related to it? Maybe he was helping her? I don't really understand that. Because clearly, the world line changed last time when Okabe didn't answer the phone. So, the difference between, I don't remember exactly what picked up, but it wasn't Mayuri dead and it wasn't Kurisu alive. I can tell you that. Everyone was kind of all still around. It seemed like little things changed, but nothing like massive. Not right off anyway, I should say. Whereas this, we appear to have jumped to an entirely different world line, like the Alpha world line. So maybe by not answering her, we weren't able to help her, and we've somehow answered her by answering the phone. Maybe... I almost want to say she has some sort of strange rudimentary, like phone wave, or the time leap machine almost. Wasn't that how the time leap machine kind of worked? It used sounds from the phone to input into your brain? Something like that? I wonder if it's something like that. But, like, instead of the time leap machine only keeping you in the same time, she somehow made it so you could change a world line with it? That's the only thing I could think, but I feel like Okabe would have remembered the noises. Maybe. That call from Kurisu. Was that what triggered it somehow? No, I should stop thinking about it. If someone else had caused it somehow, I shouldn't get involved anymore. I didn't want to. I didn't want to overthrow the structure of the world anymore. I just wanted to live in peace. In a universe with no world lines or attractor fields. I gotta say, all this jumping world line things is gotta be terrible to your sense of, like, time, if nothing else. You lose track of what happened when. You have to keep asking people that dumb, like, what happened when this happened? And they're like, are you an idiot, Baka? Of course this happened then, you know? You gotta keep asking people dumb questions like that, and eventually you probably get sick of it. You get to the point where you don't ask the dumb questions and you just hope that it becomes apparent after a while. You know? And that's gotta be rough. Oh, right, look at all these things I never read, quote unquote, because I was jumping through the game at high speed. Let me just go and mark them all as red really quick. if you don't mind. Oh god, there's a lot. That doesn't make sense, though. I have like an entire 2 routes of story worth of this stuff. You know, the other thing I was just thinking about it about a minute ago. I'll talk to you since I'm doing this for a second. I find it kind of interesting. I know that's kind of how visual novels work, is you basically have multiple stories jammed into one. And you make the decisions a lot of times, for most of them anyway, on how, like, what story you end up taking. You know, whether you mean to or not, you're the one making that decision. I feel like Steins Gate, both the first game and this game, even though this game is kind of different in how you're making the decisions and the kind of decisions you're making, they both still play out really interesting as these different choices really feel like different stories. A lot of these visual novels, you know, you have to hit X number of flags. Like, if you hit 3 flags, instead of having a scene where they talk about how you're a nice friend, they suddenly talk about how they love you, you know? But otherwise, the entire story is the same, except for at the end, they tell you they love you. There's like, you know, I don't know, maybe 20 lines of text that are different. These legitimately feel like completely different stories once you hit the point of a decision. And I really like that. It's like I said, the last one with Maho and Rounder Girl, whose name escapes me, completely different from that first ending. And appears to be completely different from this one with Kurisu. Very different. So, I like it. Very cool. Attractor field, a world-line convergence zone. This is a standard accepted model for quantum physics in 2036. After the many-worlds interpretation in the Copenhagen interpretation. It is a deterministic interpretation where many world lines gather into a world branch called an attractor field. This attractor field is simply a zone in which all world lines will eventually reach the same end result. Major splits in the world line at the attractor field level are called world line trunks. One pre-2010 example of a world line trunk is the year 2000, which you should be somewhat familiar with from the last game. Attractor fields. I like how they add fictional, just in case you were worried. You missed your history lesson, apparently. I'd stopped letting the whims of fate rule my life. There was nothing left I could do. Suddenly, something seemed very wrong. Kursu's words a minute ago. What did they mean?
Okabe, しっかりね.
Alright, so that could mean a couple things. One is that she knows that we just did a world line jump. Which, if we've talked to her about, she might not be super unfamiliar with. But maybe the same Kurisu that was saying help me, and maybe the same Kurisu that was talking to Maho at the end of the last ending. Is this Kurisu, perhaps? One, or she could just be saying hang in there because, you know, you kind of broke down over my Yuri being dead. One of the two. She couldn't mean to. I turned around and rushed back into the lab.
Kurisu! Kurisu! お前、それ。
参ったわね。見つかっちゃったか。
She was just where I'd seen her the first time, standing and looking towards the back of the development room. In the depths of the darkness, in a spot that just a moment ago had been covered by a cloth, I saw an old microwave with its door taken off. We know what microwaves are, right? You're gonna learn. Cooking appliance that heats the moisture in food using microwaves. They're originally called radar ranges, radar in this case referring to electromagnetic waves. Microwave ovens were invented when a communication radar technician realized that EM waves could warm food. Research was done on the process after that, and in 1947 they were sold to the public in America. Microwave ovens use waves in the 2.45 gigahertz frequency range, with home units having an output between 500 and 1,000 watts, and commercial ovens between 1,500 and 2,000 watts. 20,000 watt microwave, insta-heat food. This frequency range is called the ISM band and is the same one used by wireless internet, which is why your internet sometimes goes out when you use the microwave. My wireless headphones will actually do that sometimes if I'm microwaving something and using them at the same time. They'll cut out pretty bad. The phone wave, named subject to change. Future gadget number 8. It was the gadget that had changed my fate. No, the fate of the world.
どうしてそれは破棄したんじゃなかったのか
Maybe she was trying to trick him and she really is that Kurisu. That... See, now I'm having the idea somebody else has been my water moved a little funny. Somebody else is changing the world lines, not Okabe. Even though I think to some degree Okabe is controlling it, even if he doesn't know he is. I wonder if it's this Kurisu, and she's like outside of Okabe's timeline, sort of. But she's been the one that's been changing these world lines. And it's the same Kurisu from the last inning, perhaps. That's an interesting thought. I know I've been stopping to talk a lot, but I've had a lot of great ideas, apparently.
ええ、破棄したわ。これは私が新しく作り直したの。言ってみれば電話レンジ買いね。正しくはカッコ仮がつくんだった。それなら電話レンジカッコ仮買いになる。
名前なんてどうだっていい。作り直したって。どうしてそんなことを。
過去にメールを送るためよ。メールを送って世界線を変えるの。うん。あんたにとっては戻すって言った方がいいのかもね。これ完成したのはね。実はそれからはひたすらここに立って送るべきか送らないでおくべきか悩み続けてた。それがまさかあんたの方から来るなんてね。
お前
ねえ岡部、あんたついさっき
Yeah, she figured that one
別の世界線
out.
から来たでしょ。
Not too surprising though, Okabe's just like flipping out.
それもベータ世界線から。違う。
気づいてたのか。
そうでなきゃあんたがあんなことするはずないもの。
あんなこと
だからあんな風に私を抱きしめたりとかそういうことよ。
It was all so wonderful. The way her cheeks reddened in embarrassment as she looked away. The way she pursed her lips. The way she fiddled with the ends of her hair. Everything was just so wonderful. I realized it again. I was in love with her.
さらに言えばその世界線の変動は誰か別の人の手によるものであんたが好き好んで変動させたわけじゃない。当たってる？
すべてを見通しというわけか。
どれだけあんたのこと見てきたと思ってるのよ。ああ、いや違うからな。見てきたって別にそういう意味じゃなくて、あ、いや違わなくもないけど。とにかく
She took a deep breath and looked at me again.
あんたがベータ世界線から来たってことはあんたは過去に一度その世界を選択したってことでしょ。
She was so far beyond what I could hope to be. In those brief moments, she discovered all that. She was right about everything. But even so, I couldn't let her know. Admitting that would mean admitting I'd left her to die. There was no way I could do that.
すまない。
In the end, that was all I said. But that was an admission, all the same. But instead of looking sad, she...
謝るなバカ。あんたが自分で決めたことでしょうが。だったら自分の選択に自信を持ちなさい。
She tried to cheer me up. That's right. Kurisu was right. I was the one who'd chosen the Beta World line. But...
それにね、あんたは多分間違ってなかった。さっき来たばっかりのあんたは知らないだろうけど、この半年間あんたはずっと自分を責めてた。そんな素振り私には決して見せようとしなかったけど。
It was the same. It was the same as what I'd gone through. It was the same as the Beta World line.
でもどうしてあげることもできなかった。だってあんたの苦しみは私のせいだから。私を生かすためにあんたは苦しんでたんだから。でもね、それも今日で終わり。終わりにしなきゃいけないのよ。だってこのままじゃあんたはずっと罪の意識に苛まれて最後には押しつぶされちゃう。
同じだ。
どういうこと？
どっちにしても結局俺はずっと後悔するんだ。マユリを救えなかったこと、お前を救えなかったこと、アルファ世界線にいてもベータ世界線にいてもそれは変わらない。
Maybe I should just stay here.
しっかりしなさい、岡部倫太郎。
クリス、
なんて顔してるのよ。あんたらしくない。私の好きな法王院京馬さんはもっと自信に満ちた顔してなきゃ。
Hoen Kiyoma, huh? There was a name I hadn't heard in a long time.
あんたは正しい道を選択したの。マユリを助けるっていう選択を。それは決して間違ってない。
でも俺はお前を。
いい？今あんたがここにいるのは、そうね、夢を見ているだけよ。
夢？
そう、夢の中であんたは私に会った。ただそれだけのこと。どう？そう思えば少しは気も楽でしょ。
Kurisu sighed a little and laughed.
これだけ脳の研究が進んでいるのに、夢を見るメカニズムって実はまだ明確にはなっていないのよね。眠っている間に脳内では記憶の整理が行われている。その過程で発生するのが夢だっていう説もあるけど、要するにここはベータ世界線のあんたが迷い込んだ夢の中の世界。あんたの頭の中を整理するためにね。そしてこれが夢ならいつかは目を覚まさなきゃならない。そうでしょ？
でもこれは夢なんかじゃない。現にこうして。
I reached out and touched her cheek.
現にこうしてお前は
感触だって脳が感じさせている機能の一つよ。
She took a quick step back. The sensation of her cheek disappeared from my fingers.
だいたいここにいてもあんたは幸せにはなれない。ずっと後悔の念を拭うことはできないの。そしてそれは私も同じ。
ベータ世界線でも変わらない。俺はずっとお前を助けられなかったことを。
だけど少なくともマユリは幸せでいられるでしょ。
マユリは
She doesn't know anything. Because that's what I wanted. I wanted her to know nothing and be happy. For now, that wish was still coming true, but
あんたはまゆりに笑っててほしい、そう願ってる。私も同じなの。ということは、やっぱりあんたの選択は間違ってはなかったってことよ。
I'd finally met her again, but she was here, alive, right in front of me. But
もう
she walked up to me without even trying to hide her frustration.
いい加減にしなさい、岡部倫太郎。一度出した結論でしょうが、あんたはここにいちゃいけないの。帰らなきゃいけない。夢から覚めなきゃいけないのよ。だってもうそうやって苦しむあんたを見ていたくないから。
クリス。
さあ、これ以上は時間の無駄よ。私はやるから。
She turned away from me. I could feel the strength of her will, her resolve. I remembered what I'd seen just after I'd come to this world line. Kurisu had been just standing there, in front of the phone wave. Thinking back, she'd probably already made her decision. Without anyone knowing. Without anyone to say goodbye to. She'd chosen to go to a world where she would no longer exist. It had probably taken her a long time, and a lot of struggle to come to that decision. She'd probably asked herself 1,000 times if it was really the right answer. If this is what she had chosen after all of that. I didn't have the right to stop her. It would be wrong.
ねえ岡部、夢から覚める前に一つ約束して。
約束？
ベータ世界線に行ったら私のことは忘れなさい。
Maybe it would be easier if there wasn't some stupid AI calling me all the time. That was just the opposite of what she'd said that day. That day, the day when I'd chosen the Beta World line, she'd said to me, "Don't forget me." But now she was asking for the opposite.
忘れるなんて、そんなことできるわけないだろう。
She was always like that. She always cared more about the others than herself. She always sacrificed herself. She was asking me this for my sake only. She didn't want to be forgotten. She hated being forgotten more than anyone else could.
言ったでしょ、これは夢よ。夢は普通起きたら忘れるもんでしょ。
She was stubborn and bullheaded. I would never be able to forget her. But
子供の頃に見た悪夢は今でも覚えてるぞ。
誰が悪夢な、誰が。
it was all I could do to keep from breaking down. But that was probably the same for her.
とにかく私のことは忘れること。今日あったこともこれまであったことも、それが私の望みだから。
She turned around and stuck out her pinky finger. She forced it around mine.
指切り玄馬は嘘ついたら海馬に電極ぶっ刺す。指切った。
We're gonna stab the what?
随分
The what? Yeah, I was about to say it doesn't rhyme in English either.
ほっとけ。
Her hand moved away from mine. Her gaze looked away from me. It was almost time to say goodbye. She was sending a message to the past. I knew it was the right thing to do. I knew this is what she wanted. But still,
クリス、
Our voices overlapped.
どうした？
あんたこそ何？
なんでもない。ただ呼んでみただけだ。
The name of the person I cared for.
偶然ね。私も同じ。
The name of the person I loved.
ねえ、あんたは覚えてる？
忘れられるわけがない。何しろ強烈だったからな。
それを言うな
I
らあ
was
んたの
about
方
to
こ
say,
そ。
Okabe, I think you made the bigger impression.
ほんと、あの時はまさかこんな風になるなんて思ってもみなかったわ。まさかあんな出会いでこんなにも。
Would lead to meeting someone so important to me. Not that I'd say it now.
まったくだな。
I couldn't say it, but
でも言っとくけど、私たちの出会いも覚えてていいのは今のうちだからな。
even for a little.
世界線が戻ったら忘れなきゃいけないんだからな。
Even just for a second.
わかってるよ。
Just for an instant.
そんなに簡単に忘れられるんだ。
If it would last just a little longer.
お前が言い出したことだろ。
Her voice.
そうだけど、そんな風にあっさり言われちゃうと、それはそれでムカつく。
The way she moved.
忘れろと言ったり、忘れるなと言ったり、一体どっちなんだ？
Her smile.
冗談。嘘よ。嘘。
なんだ？嘘なのか？
そう。嘘。
Just a little longer. So that I could remember it all. But I was out of time.
岡部。それじゃあ。
Those words were the sign that the magic was over.
あ、
There were a million things I wanted to say, but I stopped myself. Kurisu smiled, satisfied, and turned back towards the phone wave. She probably already had the message ready. The phone wave started to boom and crackle like thunder. There was a long, long countdown. The whole time, Kurisu faced away from me. And I just watched. The noise got louder. The countdown continued. And then, it was time.
岡部。いい目覚めよ。
Kurisu turned around with a big smile on her face. Her voice was cut off by the roar. You know, I never paid attention to the last world line jump, what the time was. I'll have to go rewatch the video later to find that one out, but... You know what? I've been wanting to stop the video for a little bit, so we'll stop that one there. And we'll pick up here next time, which will just be a minute for me, but a couple days for you guys. Sorry. So, hope you guys all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more. What are we playing? Steins Gate 0. Bye.